Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video on another chilly, windy day in Newcastle. No game at the weekend for us. It was our chance to take a bit of a break on the pitch, off the pitch. Seems like we've been working as hard as ever to sell some players, with some more huge news coming out this morning with regard to Miguel Almiron. Could he be the player to leave Newcastle this January window to try and free up a bit of money to try and bring some players in? Let me know your thoughts on the possibility of Almiron leaving down in the comments below. I've no doubt it's going to be a busy final week of this window, so if you're not subscribed, be sure to do so. Drop a like on this video, stick around to see what happens next. That's right, the Daily Mail, TalkSport and a few other places are reporting that Miguel Almiron, or that Newcastle have in fact agreed a deal with the Saudi Arabian club for Almiron to leave this January window. Now, it's crazy, isn't it? Because it has been mental over the last few days. It's been Manquillo, who actually is one player that has officially left now. He has gone off to join Rafa Benitez once again. So best of luck to him. You know what? I always had a bit of a soft spot for Manquillo. He was good at times, but obviously he hasn't had any game time, and I think it is right for him to take the chance and move on. And that's the question: is anybody else going to take the chance to potentially move on? When Darren Neal spoke about players leaving, and when he spoke about the possibility of star players leaving, everyone jumped to not Isak, not Bruno, not Botman, but we've got a lot more stars than just those few players, you know. Trippier, you know, it's a different kind of star. It's not necessarily that headline player, maybe although I say that he is, to be honest. He's still an England international. He's still got more crosses than anybody else in the league right now. He's creating so many chances for us, and he's a player that's being linked. Callum Wilson's being a player that's linked, that we'll come back to it in a moment. But as of this morning, reports to say Newcastle have agreed a fee to let Almiron go. It's a little bit all over the place right now. It's really quite hard to read exactly what's going on. Newcastle have put out this kind of notion of we may well sell players this window, and it's we are in the driver's seat. We are in control. We can decide if we want to. We don't have to. You know, there's nothing wrong with listening to offers and bids. And no, I don't think all of these players will suddenly leave on the last day of the window. I am quite conscious that it is so late in the window that even if we did let a player go, how do we replace them? Or did Newcastle just take that broader view of, if we let them go now, that is money in the pot that we could hopefully spend this January. But if we don't, we've moved someone out that potentially would be at some stage, and it's ticked a box. It's brought some money in. It's let a player go. We'll come back to Miggy in the moment, because the other one is Trippier and Callum Wilson. So Newcastle pretty much said, not for sale, going nowhere. Having said that, if you had someone who was putting a bid in and you were trying to get more money out of them, is that not what you would say as well? Would you not say, no way, there's no way they're leaving, they wanted them on loan deals, they're not getting them on loan? All of a sudden, some of the fees being discussed for Trippier are along the lines of 15, 20 million. And look, I said this in the video the other day, and I'll say it again in today's video. The Trippier one worries me, because I get it. 33-year-old, a year left on his deal. Bayern Munich come in and go, you know what, we'll give you 5 million now, but we'll pay you another 20 in the summer. 25 million, you know, that's 10 million more than we paid for him 2 years ago. And yes, we've got Livramento who can come in and be brilliant straight away, but I still just wonder how much more Trippier gives than just on the fifth pitch. We saw from the minute he joined, he gives so much off the pitch. And yes, it's easy to be blinded by 10 million more than we paid for him, for a player who's probably only got a couple of seats. Like, I can see the gravitation, I can see the like of that. But he goes, and all of a sudden, you know, where are the leaders in the changing room? We're suddenly, let's say we managed to get to a quarter-final of an FA Cup. Who would you rather have on the pitch than Kieran Trippier? It really comes down to what we want to do this season, and what who we bring in, because if we sold Trippier, we wouldn't replace him because we've got Livramento. So there isn't a case if we sell and then replace. It would just be Trippier's gone now. We've just lost a lot of leadership from the changing room. So that's what I'm not keen on. The Wilson one, however, is almost the opposite, in that if we did sell Wilson, I think we should replace him. I think there needs to be a young player coming in, and if the idea is we will try and let Wilson go for some sort of money before he goes for free in 18 months' time. You know, where will the offers be in the summer? Is there a chance if Wilson left now, then Wilson gets a chance to go and get a good move for himself as well? The reports this morning are that AC Milan are interested. Actually, Fabrizio Romano is also reporting that AC Milan aren't keen. But there's no smoke without fire, and it's known that Newcastle did reject the previous bid from Atletico. It's now being reported that AC Milan are in the frame for a Wilson, and I think Newcastle seem open to the idea. Wilson and Isak complement each other, because when one's injured, the other one isn't. Although that's the hope, but that's not the way you should be working things, you know? I'm hoping with Isak being that little bit younger, to kind of grow out of it, and he can, you know, try and see a full uninjured season from him next season. With Wilson, we've known for a while, we aren't going to get that. It's going to be the way it is. And in the summer, he's got a year left. And if we want to get anything for Wilson, you know, I'm not against Wilson being our third choice striker. Bring another young lad in, have Wilson, but does Wilson want to be that? Has Eddie Howe turned to Wilson and gone, look, we don't really want to let you go this January. The club don't want to let you go this January, as reported. But if you don't go this January, we are going to be bringing a new striker in the summer, and you probably won't play anymore. You know? So you've got to look at it from both ways. You've got to look at it from the club side to go, yeah, look, we kind of wouldn't mind moving you on. And Wilson's side of, oh, well, if I don't go now, I probably will try, and it'll probably be in the summer. If he's got a good chance now, maybe he should take it. So Wilson and Tripp, I know it's very contradictory at the moment of what's going on. I just think Newcastle are holding their nerve. No, not happening. That's what I tell them. Not happening. Meanwhile, they reckon that Trippier is still in conversations with Bayern Munich right now about what's going to happen next. And in the hope, again, that if we are going to do it, Bayern Munich are going to stump up a load of money. But as I mentioned, the one this morning, or this afternoon, sorry, Almiron, it's being reported that we have agreed a deal and that Almiron could be on his way out this January window. Again, I know, and I think Almiron will be 50-50. So you tell me down below, happy, sad, indifferent to Almiron leaving. Almiron is the only, with Murphy out, with Barnes out, with Gordon on the left, who would play on the right, you know? If we let Miggy go, I know he's not everyone's favourite. He plays on the right, but doesn't have a right foot. You know, you could go, but he does work hard. I know people are sick of saying that. He likes to play well for 6 to 8 games at a time in the month of October. So we've got quite a while to wait for his next run of good form. But me, I think he's a good squad player. I don't think it's a player that you rush to sell, especially without backup in that position, unless it's for a big fee. And if it's coming from a Saudi Arabian club, 20-30 million for Almiron. Have we got, for me, if we've got the players to bring in, I would go for it. I don't think it's much of a question. If there's the opportunity to bring in a different winger or somebody else that we've got our eye on, I think it's a move we make. If we're just shooting in the dark and going, right, let's just sell him, and then we're going, or do we jump on it and try and take the chance to let a player go who, again, similar to Wilson, we may well be looking to move on in the summer, or maybe not move on, but say to him, look, Miggy, in the summer, we are going to want to, they're obviously not happy about Miggy going, in the summer, we are going to strengthen that position, and you may well lose your spot. Do you want the chance to leave now for a big money fee to Saudi Arabia? I've talked very quickly for that 10 minutes. There's a lot to get through. Let me know your thoughts on Miggy down below. Let me know your thoughts on a Wilson leaving down below. And is the option for Trippier still there? Is it happening? The thing is, there's a lot of talk on people going and very little being said about players coming in. Now, I understand that's because at the minute we're in this place where we kind of have to sell to bring in. We're in this place where we are advertising that we are letting up to listen to offers. So that will immediately generate interest, immediately generate bids, reports on players leaving. But all of this happening and haven't heard nothing on, well, if this player goes, we could do this player goes, could do that. We've got a week to go. So unless we've got like deals chalked up for the inside, I think we could well see a lot of this kind of bypass us and maybe nothing happens unless we are actively looking to do something the other way around. Because we're not just going to let everyone go and then have no one. I appreciate it's been a tough season, but I still think that with 1 or 2 in the door this window, players back from injury, keeping like the likes of a Trippier and trying to keep our best players, we can still have a push for something at the end of this season. We still have an FA Cup run. And I don't think the owners would stand by and go, you know what, just sell them. Just sell them. We'll start again in the summer. I know some fans have that point of view, and I definitely understand it. And I understand people saying, look, I actually don't want Europa. I'd rather just have a season of no Europe next season. That isn't the way our owners work. And for the experience and the level of the team growing, yes, it's not Champions League, but you want to have it. You should have it. You should learn and grow with it. To just sell everyone this January, chalk the season off and start again next year, I just don't think is the way we'll go, which is why I think they are being protective of who does and doesn't and what we're going to do this January. There you go. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe on the video for more. We will wait and hear the news on Almiron if he could be on his way out of Newcastle, and what we want to see is what we could do if we did let him go to bring somebody else in. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.